Hello, bonjour, Savan. How are we today? It is Monday, April the 21st, 2025, here in southwestern Ontario, Canada, by the beautiful shores of Lake Huron. There's a lot of astrology going on the 26th of April, which is, I think, this Saturday, if I remember correctly. It's going to be the third round of a Mars-Pluto exact opposition. I sure didn't like the last two. The first one was in November, can't remember the day. And the second one was, I think it was the beginning of January, but it was the January 2025, November 2024 to be exact. And each time there's been some whoa, shocking event in regards to relationship. Just when you think you can't be shocked anymore or surprised. Yeah. When Pluto is in the mix, you never know what you're going to get. Kind of sort of like the Tower card in tarot, if that's something that you like to do. That's going to be followed by the Taurus new moon, April 27th, so the following day. So again, tons of astrological energies pounding onto your world and onto your planet to get you to move and to shift through these old ways of being into the newer ways of being. I am getting to share a little bit more about relationship because, let's face it, everything seems to be there's a foundation of a balance of light in regards to relationship that we need to work through. So everything, the foundation is the family. It's our friendship, it's our co-workers. We're social beings, aren't we? Every time we have a relationship, we see another aspect of self. It's a mirroring back to ourselves. So we can't really work through a lot of our issues, past issues, trauma, and so on and so forth, programming that we, are here to do, unless we have certain vital, as we call it, soulmate relationships to help us to generate higher light. We don't always like these soulmates, do we? It's As we've said before, soulmates can be any type of relationship: family, parents, children, aunts, uncles, lovers, co-workers, your neighbor up the street sort of thing. It can be in a romantic way, doesn't have to be. I think some people still believe that it's only in regards to romance, but it's not. It just means that this is someone whom we've had a spiritual contract with, that we made that contract. Yes, we're going to come in and we're going to work together, and I'm going to help you see certain aspects of yourself, and you're going to help me see certain aspects of myself. Can be past lifetimes, parallel lifetimes, whatever. We know these people from before this lifetime, in other words, or concurrent with another lifetime. And when you meet people for the first time in the physical here, sometimes you kind of just, wow, I feel really comfortable with that person. And you just start talking with them like you have known them for 30, 60 years. And it's comfortable, and you can talk about anything, and you feel that connection, that vibe, and it feels good, even if you end up having some kind of, maybe not too fun of a relationship going on there. You certainly learn a lot, don't you? So as you may know, about me from a personal 3D perspective, I have been married in the past. I am single. I was single in my 20s, got married. I knew this was coming. Sorry about that. We'll just dismiss that at the moment. Anyway, as I was saying, so singlehood in the 20s, got married a little bit later, had children a little bit later, single again. What goes around comes around, apparently. So I've had experience, in other words, in both ways of being. I've had experience with the marriage life, having children, and with the single life. So I've seen and experienced different relationships throughout my lifetime here. Both have their pros and cons, but bottom line, we learn a lot about ourselves. I've learned the most about myself through having relationships with other people. When we get to the end of that lesson learned, we can do bridges burned. I'm always shown through my spiritual lens when it's time to finish up with that particular relationship where I was learning some lessons, seeing myself in a way that I hadn't seen myself before, to work through, to clear myself of whatever needed to be clearing. I've always found that Spirit will advise me that, okay, your lesson is learned, you can burn that bridge. You don't have to continue on in that relationship that you're not liking. Now, if you like that relationship and you want to keep it and the other person wants to keep it as well, then fine. That's a good thing. But I'm talking about those relationships where we're learning really significant lessons that are really kind of sort of painful. Now, we don't like them too much. But if we didn't have them, you wouldn't learn that about yourself, and you wouldn't be able to clear yourself so that you could rise higher in frequency, open the pineal, have your connections with your higher selves, and have that multidimensional capability come back online that was disconnected. So we're here to learn, and it's okay if our bridges are burned. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to walk away. As mentioned, I never really wanted to not be married. I quite enjoyed being married. But Spirit pulled me out of that. I couldn't see certain things. People were telling me all the time, and I'm like, what? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Once I stepped out of that, or was removed from that relationship years later, and it took me literally years to see what was really going on that I just wasn't seeing. So to advance, to follow my spiritual path, my journey in the higher light, that had to be done. When we make spiritual contracts to work with someone before we incarnate here, we have certain agreements. I'm going to do this, you're going to do that. Okay, you did this last time and messed everything up, so you're not going to do that this time, right? No, I learned my lesson. I'm going to be better, and the same with me. But sometimes the person we're working with, they don't do that. They fail to do that. Unfortunately, sometimes we fail, to do what we're supposed to do here. It's a tragic feeling, but you keeping on, because you have to. You can't go back. You can only go forward. If you do go back, you're cut off from source. Okay, bottom line, we've talked about this for a long time now. So for whatever reason, I'm hearing that this needs to be talked about today. This is to show you an alternative way in the higher light. So we don't have to feel stuck here in 3D when Spirit is saying, okay, you've learned your lesson, or this relationship is becoming too detrimental to your health. It's pulling you off your spiritual path. Cut the cord. You can leave. You can go. You can start again with another friend. So you can meet another soulmate who will be able to access certain parts of your viability in the higher light, and they can help you. So for whomever needs to hear this today, and whenever you do catch this video, if you feel, and your spirit confirms this, that being in relationship or relationships, sometimes a whole family, can be detrimental to your health, right? We know that. Then it's okay to go. In fact, you're supposed to be going. You're supposed to be leaving that. There's no time left to play with these inconsistent, deleterious to our health relationships. You may have to quit your job. You may have to move. You may have to live elsewhere. I've been shown for the past little while, it's time to move on again. Guess I'm just a rolling stone. The energy insists upon it. So we go where we're shown. We go where we're needed the most to shift the energy fields, if that's your job. That's one of mine. It's time to go. Have to move on to another area for a very good reason. It's not always what we in 3D want to do. But life becomes miserable in 3D when you don't follow your spiritual path. Oh. Yeah. Sorry. Sometimes we don't want to hear this. But we need to hear this to get us motivated, to get us to act. And right now, all planets are in forward direct motion, so this is a good time to act. We have so many soulmates, it's almost incomprehensible to the human mind. It's not like you only have one. I've only got that one person. No, you got tons of them waiting in the wings. So don't feel afraid, or don't feel less than, or I can't do this on my own. There are times when we need to be alone. We need to go into hermit mode. We need to process and reprocess the energies that are flooding through us. We need those still, quiet moments in meditation. As I've said, meditation is your way out of this confinement, this mess of ways of thinking that are deleterious to your health. Abundance is your wealth. Okay? So if you're feeling an ill health, then you do not have your wealth. So you don't have abundance, because one reflects the other. So we do our normal 3-step plan with these people whom it's time to move on from. We've learned everything we came here to learn with them. It's not, it's not supportive anymore. It's deleterious to our health. How many times have we heard that now today? There are times when we have to move away, is actually how I'm hearing this. It's okay to move away. It does feel kind of sad. It does feel kind of motionless at times because we're in our little bubble. We're a little confined in our solitude by ourselves. But then we discover what we need to about ourselves, especially in meditation. That's where you can receive the information from Spirit. And then you know more firmly, you're more aware of what to do next. And it feels good to be secure in your decisions and not to just wonder, is this the right thing for me to do? Gosh, I don't know. Indecision is like the worst, but then I could be, prejudiced because I'm Libra. We're always weighing the pros and cons. And then you get to the point where it just takes so long to make a decision because there are so many things to look at or to juggle. So much to research, so little time. But it's good to take time to balance yourself, be more aware, not harm yourself anymore, and not hurt others either. Okay, we didn't come here to do that. We came here to heal ourselves of that. So don't lose track. Don't lose your spiritual track. Don't lose it. Get yourself back on track. If relationships in your life are helping you and not hindering you, great. That's fantastic. Keep up the good work. But if not, let them go. Forgive, bless, release. Okay, that's our 3-step plan, as we already know. Thank you. Forgive this whole situation. Forgive myself for getting myself into this mess. I forgive you for perpetuating this mess. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you for this lesson. Thank you so much. I can now progress better on my spiritual journey. Bye-bye. Forgive you, I thank you, I say goodbye. I move on. I'm ready for a new lesson. I'm ready to continue this lesson on with someone else a little bit more helpful than the last one. This can relate to anybody, even your children, and I know as a mom, that's the hardest thing. But it does happen. I've experienced it all. I think. Spirit does like to surprise me from time to time. But when you get the green light, thumbs up, Spirit says, okay, it's time to move on. It's time to let go. It's time to learn something new. It's time to integrate all this new energy within you. It's like, just follow through with that. I love you. Take care of yourselves and others. We're here to steer our energy clear. And once we do that within ourselves and for ourselves, we can offer that to others as well. So if you do need a little help, you can reach us at www.healingourenergy.ca and book your appointment there. Lots of love. Don't betray your own spirit light. We'll speak again. Bye for now.